Have you ever loved someone so much you thought you'd do anything for them? That was me. My name is Alex, and for 5 years, my wife, Sarah, was my entire world. I thought we had it all: a beautiful home, a love story for the ages, and plans for a future that seemed as bright as the sun. We were that couple, the one our friends looked at with a mix of admiration and envy. I trusted her completely, believed every word she said, and felt like the luckiest man alive. But one day, a single, innocent-looking photo shattered that perfect illusion and revealed a truth so devastating it turned my world upside down. This is the story of how my picture-perfect marriage fell apart. It all started on our 5th anniversary. I wanted to do something special, something unforgettable. I booked a surprise trip to a secluded beach resort, the same one where I had proposed. I spent weeks planning every detail, from her favorite flowers waiting in the room to a private dinner on the beach. On the morning of our anniversary, I handed her the tickets. Her smile, it lit up the room, or so I thought. Looking back, there was something distant in her eyes, a flicker of something I couldn't quite place. She said she was overjoyed but seemed a bit flustered, mentioning a last-minute work emergency she had to handle before we could leave the next day. I didn't think anything of it. Why would I? This was Sarah, my Sarah. The next day, we were on a plane, heading toward paradise. The first couple of days were magical, just like I had imagined. We walked hand in hand on the beach, reminisced about our wedding, and talked about starting a family. It felt like we were falling in love all over again. I felt so content, so sure of our future. On the third day, we took a bunch of photos. The sun was setting, casting this golden glow over everything. We were laughing, kissing, capturing memories I thought I would cherish forever. That night, as she slept, I found myself scrolling through the pictures on my phone, a happy smile plastered on my face. That's when I saw it. It was a photo of Sarah, sitting on the balcony, looking out at the ocean. She looked beautiful, serene even. But my eyes were drawn to her phone, which was resting on the table beside her. I zoomed in, just out of curiosity. The screen was lit up and a notification was visible at the top. My heart stopped. It was a message preview. The name wasn't one I recognized. The message itself was just a few words, but those words were enough to make the blood run cold in my veins. "Last night was incredible. Can't stop thinking about you." Last night? The night before we left for our anniversary trip? The night she had that work emergency? My mind started racing, trying to piece it all together. The weird reaction to the trip, the distance in her eyes, the sudden late nights at the office over the past few months. It was like a dam had broken, and all the little red flags I had subconsciously ignored came flooding in. I felt sick. My hands were trembling as I quietly got out of bed and went to the living room. I couldn't breathe. Was I going crazy? Was this some kind of horrible misunderstanding? I needed proof. I needed to know for sure. I remembered she had a second, private social media account she said she used for her art photography. I had never bothered to look at it, respecting her creative space. But now, a desperate need for the truth consumed me. My fingers shook as I typed her username into the search bar. The account was public. My heart hammered against my ribs as I scrolled through the photos. It was mostly artsy shots of landscapes and flowers, just as she'd said. I almost gave up, almost convinced myself I was being paranoid. And then I saw it. A photo posted 2 days ago. The caption was simple: "Stolen moments." It was a picture of 2 wine glasses on a table, with a man's hand, not mine, resting next to one of them. The distinctive silver ring on his finger was unmistakable. It belonged to Mark, my best friend, the man who was the best man at our wedding, the man I had trusted like a brother. The world went silent. The sound of the ocean waves outside faded into a dull roar in my ears. I couldn't feel anything but a deep, hollow ache in my chest. best friend, and my wife. The two most important people in my life. It was a betrayal so profound I couldn't even process it. I scrolled back up to the message on her phone in the photo I took. The name on the notification. It was him. It was Mark. Everything clicked into place with a sickening finality. The work emergency wasn't work. It was a goodbye tryst with my best friend before our anniversary trip. The trip I planned to celebrate our love was a lie from the very beginning. I walked back into the bedroom and just stood there, looking at her sleeping peacefully, completely unaware that her perfect world, our perfect world, had just been exposed. I didn't yell, I didn't cry, I was just empty. The next morning, the air was thick with a tension only I could feel. I calmly packed my bags. She woke up and asked me what was wrong, her voice full of fake concern. I didn't answer. I just turned my phone around and showed her the picture. The one of her on the balcony, with the message from Mark clear as day. The color drained from her face. The mask of the loving wife fell away, replaced by panic and guilt. There were no excuses, no denials that could fix this. I showed her the photo from her art account, the one with Mark's hand. That was it. The truth was out, undeniable and ugly. I left the resort that day. I left our life together behind. The pain was immense, and the healing journey has been long and difficult. But that one photo, as devastating as it was, also set me free. It forced me to see the truth I had been blind to, and gave me the chance to start over to build a life based on honesty and genuine love. It taught me that sometimes the hardest truths are the ones that lead us to our own liberation. Navigating betrayal is one of the toughest challenges life can throw at us. It's a painful process, but it's important to remember that you are not alone and that healing is possible. Reaching out to friends, family, or a professional therapist can provide the support system you need to process your emotions and find a path forward. Taking it one day at a time is key. Thank you for listening to my story. If it resonated with you, I'd appreciate it if you'd like this video and subscribe to the channel for more content. Your support means the world. Take care.